Hi, Ashley. Why are you sideways?
I'm sideways?
Yeah.
I'm politicking with this chicken, wondering if I'm a creeper. Little hood rat
There.
from 2015 Jamaica coming through like I do, getting my bark on. Knew she was a thug, and when I met her, she had a scar on. 5411, size 7 and girl, baby face. With the back, she was 11 with curves. Girlfriend, what? Way back, way back, way back. All right, can do that. You know my number, rich and them doing their thing on 35th day. Small hood, it's all wood. Get up, alright? Bitch, you on the jack later on, sick and shot. Talking to Shorty, made me wanna do something nice. Looking at that, made me wanna do something tonight. And I know right when I see right. Shorty looking like she tight, she bite. Better give her a green light. Wine. Happy Sunday, vibers. Grab your wine.
Ashley, go get your wine.
Shorty like what you need, what you want for nothing, cause I got you, what you front. I see you with your baby papa, but it don't matter, since you can't meet him, and I'm getting fat. But that was late daddy, make moves with me, I done kept it more real, can't lose it. Hi, Hamburg. Hi, Bree. Get your wine. You gon' have to get that SOGP. Try to treat me, buddy, that sleepy. Let's flip for you, that's your kid daddy. I ain't gon' send him on his way, put him up in that big caddy. But let him know, never mind, yo, need you to go. Take it up to 150, see, go, get that. Come back with that. Hey, y'all. Get that. Whatever that is. On till it's gone, and I got to know that.
All right, we're going to start.
I expected. Not expected, but it's given because it's real. All right. Turn the music down. All right. Let's see. Guess I'll play some more music. What you think would be a good vibe for our rant today, Key? Who's our artist of the day?
I don't know. Who could we play today? What y'all want to listen to? With this topic, what would sound good?
Oh, wait. Got an idea. Let me see. If... I don't know. I think, let's see, anyone representing, our natural, beautiful Black queen vibe. I'm thinking, could never go wrong with the oldies because I love the oldies. So, let's see what we got. Turn it up a little bit. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi, friend. Ashley, funny. I'm a whole rapper. All right. We're going to get started in 2 minutes or less. Grab your friend. Grab your friend. Friend, grab your wife. Grab a friend, too. You can do that. Y'all, I love this shirt.
Is that the shirt you got here?
Yes! TLC. My friend already here. All right, we're going to give it like 30 more seconds and we're going to get started. Thank you, Ashley. All right, well, let's get started. Hey, Vibers. All right. Every Sunday, y'all know we go live. And so we're trying to incorporate a new vibe with having wind down Sundays for our lives.
Well, I got liquor in mine.
Okay, wind down. Well, not wind down, but I guess it's what? Relaxation Sundays. Grab any alcohol that applies. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the controversial topic of good hair, okay? It's so much to be said about this topic of good hair. Man, what are y'all thoughts about it? Because I got my definition of good hair, but there's so many like definitions out there of good hair that that don't really align with each other. So Key, like, what's your definition of good hair?
My definition of good hair is just healthy hair. It's not an actual texture. It's just healthy hair. Any texture, as long as it's healthy. That is my definition of good hair.
Period. Okay, that's my definition too. I think that any hair that exudes, health at whatever stage it is. So, that's teeny weeny afro stage, that is bob stage, shoulder length, broad length, waist length, butt length, like whatever length that is at. I don't even think length really pertains to what I believe like is good hair, because any length that you have, if it's not healthy, it doesn't really equate good hair to me. Because I've seen some, beautifully long hair, like hair that I wish I wish my hair was that length. But when they drop some water to it, there's no curl pattern. There's no, it's just limp. Like you wouldn't be able to wear your hair in its like natural stage without it being straight at all times. And if you are suffering from like heat damage or anything of that nature, it's not healthy. If you suffering, not even suffering, but if you, I think just any form of damage is gonna, to me, doesn't equate health. But there's so many like perceptions, and I think that this really comes from society's perception, is that good hair is hair that is straight. Like that's the like times that we've been living in for a very long time. Is like they equate straight hair to hair that's good hair. That's why you see like this movement that's happening right now where people are pushing for even on a legal side, like the Crown Act, where people can't, where employers or whatever can't fire you, right? For their perceptions of what good hair is. Because, you know, people are getting fired for like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to wear my hair in its natural state. I'm going to wear dreads. I'm going to wear cornrows. I'm going to wear whatever style, you know, and there's that, you know, backlash of like, okay, yeah, we're not going to take that. We don't like that in our workplace environment. So with that being said, if you don't, you know, change it up, which is usually wearing it in a style that is straight, which they deem work appropriate. If you don't do that, then we're going to let you go. So yeah, so that's what I see in like this greater society definition of like that's good hair. Is that some of the things that you think, Keith?
Yeah, I feel like people that are not of color, they tend to feel that straight hair is good hair. But then people of color think that the three hair is good hair, which is the silkier texture natural hair, or the more spiral curls are considered good hair, which I don't feel that it is, because I've seen some raggedy looking like, just because it's not 3B or 3C, that it doesn't mean that it's not good hair. I mean, there's plenty of people with 4A, 4B, 4C hair that I think is beautiful because it's healthy. So just because you have 3A, 3B, 3C hair does not mean that you have good hair. Because, like I was telling you earlier, my daughter Peyton, she has what is considered 3B hair. And I don't feel that is good hair just because she has a silkier texture, because that shit gets tangled. Tangled as hell. It's a lot of problems that come with her hair, even though she has a silkier texture. But then here I have another daughter, Cambria, who has, I guess, 4B hair, which is still healthy and is just as beautiful, even though she has 4 hair. So just because you have a silkier texture or what is deemed as mixed hair does not mean that you have good hair. So I'm very frustrated when it comes to that. I don't like the fact that people feel that because you have a kinkier texture, that means that you don't necessarily have good hair. I don't know where that has even come from or why people think like that. I mean, all hair is good hair as long as it's healthy. Period.
Right. I don't know. I think that just, you know, that in general, you know, the generations of, I feel like I feel like that comes from the generations of, well, at least within the Black community, right? It's like that comes from the generations of, you know, that enslavement mentality where, you know, the fairer you are, the less.
Michelle,
Say it again. I can hear you.
you froze.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You froze.
Am I still frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think that it comes from like this, you know, within Black community, it comes from like this enslavement, you know, generational enslavement mentality, right? Where it's like, okay, well, we are, you know, the fairer you are, the silkier your hair, the more acceptable you are presented within the community, right? And a lot of people, you know, still carry those ideas because it wasn't so long ago that we were in that time period, right? You know, we haven't, you know, it's just we still have grandparents, great grandparents, some people who still live within that mindset. And that mindset is what is passed down, right, to us as a people. And it just continues to get perpetuated. And so I think for me, my belief is that that's where that is where that belief comes from within the Black community. And then that's translated within the natural hair community, because so many, you know, beautiful naturalistas are people of color, right? And we are bringing that within like that natural hair community context, and it gets perpetuated. But ultimately that mindset is toxic. It's toxic to especially to the little girls, right? The generations under us, these kids that are coming up, and they feel like they can't embrace what naturally grows out of their head because it's considered nappy and not good hair. Right. And that's the problem that I have. Is like, you don't, especially with, having the god kids, right? It's like, I don't want the girls Peyton and Cambria to like ever feel like what is growing out of their head is considered, ugly. I want to embrace that. And I think that's what really influenced me to become natural, is like, what am I perpetuating to, like, the people that, especially little girls, that's going to, look up to me, my own kids, god kids, like, when they look up to me, like, I want them to make sure that they know I embrace all of me, everything about myself, and my natural hair is beautiful, and it's good hair regardless. So yeah, I think overall, like, long story short, I think that's where it comes from. And it's so important not to perpetuate that kind of toxic mentality in our communities, Black community, natural hair community, larger society, because our kids all the babies are looking up to us. And as women, we want to let them know, like, you're beautiful as you are. That's my thought.
I feel like that mentality still kind of bothers not even just the little girls, but also people our age, because there's a lot of women who are our age or older who still don't embrace their natural hair because they've grown up thinking that they didn't have good hair because their hair was kinkier. So now they're walking around still with relaxers. Not saying that anything is wrong with the relaxer, but there are still Black women that are walking around with relaxers because they feel that their hair is not good, but while it's in this relaxed state, that it is considered good hair. So I just feel like I wish that mentality would kind of go away. I know it may take some time, but I wish that more Black women would realize that their hair is beautiful regardless of whatever texture it is, as long as it's healthy, is good hair. You can have 4B, 4C, whatever type of hair. It is beautiful, even though it's not a spiral curl. It doesn't matter. You should be able to embrace your hair and think that it's good hair regardless of whatever texture you have. You don't have to have straight hair to be considered good hair.
Right. And you don't have to, and also, like, going back to my original statement of the definition, is like, you also don't have to have long hair for it to be beautiful.
No, you don't have to have long hair for it to be beautiful. I've seen people with very short hair that I consider is beautiful because it looks very healthy regardless of the length. I mean, your length doesn't matter, your texture doesn't matter, as long as it is healthy, is moisturized, is not super dry, your hair does not have all these split ends, is not matted together. All of those things are what makes good hair healthy.
Right.
That's it.
Right. But we also want to be sure that we identify that matted in the context of your hair is not meant to be matted.
You basically have not done anything to it. You ain't touched it. You ain't combed it. Nothing. Now, I'm not saying matted as far as it just being kinky and that's just how your hair is. No, you just ain't did nothing to your hair. You just basically
Right.
matted little dog around here, not combed. That's the type of matted I mean. But if you have kinkier texture like 4C hair where you don't really have really a super curly pattern, is more like a Z pattern or whatever, and it's just basically kinky. That is still good hair as long as it's healthy. I've seen a lot of 4C women who have beautiful hair. It's big and it's beautiful, or it's a short afro and it's beautiful. It just looks very healthy.
Right. I agree. I agree. I want to also mention that even people, the community that natural hair community that are rocking dreads, right? Their hair is matted together intentionally.
Right.
Right. So I want to also like shout out, the people that are rocking their dreads, right? And that is still beautiful. Like no matter what texture your hair is currently in the dreads, or prior to when you put the dreads in, like you keeping your dreads up, again, going back to what Keandre said, they're moisturized, they're well kept, like, that I still believe in that context, your hair is still good hair, it's still beautiful. Yeah, but like, okay, so speaking of like kinky, right? Kinky texture hair, right? Now, I have some qualms about that word. Like, I think the idea when people say kinky, they associate that with nappy.
Yeah.
And both of them words put together means that your hair it's like this definition, your hair is not good hair. So for me personally, I never like to say that the fact that I have a type 4 hair type, I never like to say my hair is kinky. That's just a personal like thing I have with the word kinky, and how that is, looked at and perpetuated as nappy, and nappy equaling not good hair. So for me, I personally like to say coily. I go from curly to coily when I describe type 4 hair, and that's type, A, B, and C curl or coily patterns. I never say kinky, but I know that you say kinky, like you're referring to it. So yeah, like that's just me though. Like, what are your thoughts, Key? Like, how do you feel about those two words, like coily versus kinky? Like, or have you even thought about it before?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I get what you're saying because people do think about kinky hair as it being nappy hair, but even when I think of nappy hair, I still don't agree with people feeling that that is not good hair. I just feel like nappy hair just means that you have a thicker textured hair. It does not mean that your hair is not good hair. There's a lot of people who have nappy hair. Hell, my hair can be considered nappy hair sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I have bad hair. It just means that I have a thicker textured hair. So I feel like people shouldn't consider kinky, nappy, or anything like that as it being bad hair. I just feel like people just have these negative thoughts when it comes to those terms, and that just needs to change. It really does. I feel like we really need to change the mindset that because you have kinky or you have nappy hair, that your hair is just not good hair.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, I like to I like to choose my words wisely, because perception and thought, your mindset, especially on a larger scale, is so hard to change, right? And in order to change that on a mass scale, I think the way that we speak, of course, the way that we speak about it is, you know, what is going to help start conversation and ultimately change thought. So for me, I think I'm still going to continue to refer to my fore texture as coily. And if I correct anyone that refers to my hair as coily and they identify my hair as kinky, please don't be offended, because it's personal preference for me that I'm identified with my, you know, my hair type, my hair texture, as what I identify it as. And that is a part of my, like, you know, my walk in my natural hair journey, is that I want to make it very clear that that I'm out here in trying to change minds, or I wouldn't say change, but maybe, you know, transition thoughts and perceptions around natural hair. And that's my way of doing it, is what I refer to my type fours or whatever. But I would never correct anyone else. Like, if you refer to your hair as kinky, I would never correct you. But in reference to my hair, if you're talking about it, I'm going to call it coily. So please call it coily with me, okay? Yes, but y'all, like, sound off. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, we are here to engage, like, other, you know, other people's thoughts, opinions about it. Like, what you got for us? We looking for our people that's watching. What y'all got for us?
Ashley, what you got? Because you know you like the first one to comment.
Right. What y'all got for us?
I know what I need is some more drink.
I want to share, if it's okay, if it's okay, friend. I want to share that one of my friends on here, Makila, her baby, really went through a stage of, like, not thinking that her hair was beautiful, that her hair, you know, was just, I don't know if the kids were, I don't know if the kids were saying to her, but she just didn't embrace her hair. Like, you know, she didn't, I feel like she didn't believe that her hair was beautiful, that she didn't have good hair. And she has the most gorgeous curls. And she, you know, she, thanks to, you know, Makila, who is, you know, natural herself, like, helping her to, like, embrace her curls, even
Michelle,
though
you froze again.
Okay, sorry. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was referring to my friend Makila and how her baby, her daughter, didn't have like positive thoughts and mindset around her hair, and that Makila has done a great job with, yes, oh my gosh, her hair has grown so much. Yes. Yeah, Makila has done a great job with making sure that her baby embraces her hair and that she feels that her hair is beautiful, because I don't know if she particularly said it. She didn't say it to me. I don't know if she said it to Makila, but she didn't, you know, her reactions around her hair, I guess, like her behavior around her hair, is that she didn't feel like it was good hair, because she went to school with kids that that didn't have her hair texture. You know, she went to school with kids that were predominantly not Black. So when she transitioned schools, I think that also helped her to, like, really embrace her natural hair. And it's you know, it's just like seeing that confidence, that fluctuation, you know, like, oh, okay, that previous thought and belief and mindset around her hair to fully, like, embracing, you know, the hair that grows out of her head and how beautiful it is. It's just such I got the word I can think of is just like it's such inspiring to watch. So it's really beautiful to watch, you know, to see a mindset change and grow with her natural hair. So shout out to friend that you know, that helped her baby embrace like her beautiful hair. And yes, it's grown so much like in the last like year. It's grown so much. Yeah, so that's the type of like change that I like to see, that I want to push out there with the idea of good hair. It's like if we changing especially the babies, if we're changing their mindset around their hair, it's really going to continue as the generations are going. But I even see, you know, you see such like a huge gap between like when we were in high school to like now with the high schoolers and middle schoolers, and how they actually embrace their natural hair. I love it. I wish we was into this when we was in high school. Oh my gosh.
Not doing that in high school at all.
Not doing that in high school at all. I wish that we was into it.
I had relaxers, I had braids. I was not wearing my natural hair, and I felt like, I'm not gonna say I didn't like my natural hair, but because I started getting relaxers at such a young age, I didn't really know how to do my natural hair. And then my mom actually let my hair grow out one year. I think it was like fourth grade. And then fifth grade, my hair was completely grown out of the relaxer. And I got bullied so much with.
Really?
I was called Bush like every day. Fifth grade was the worst year of my life because, yeah, like everybody else, I went to a school in Clayton County, and at that time, that school had like all different types of people. But the black girls that were there, majority of them had relaxed hair. So I'm going into this natural stage, and that's not something that they were used to. So yeah, I had this big, thick, bushy hair, and I got called Bush every day. Like I fought. I like,
That's not funny, but funny. Like what? These kids is mean.
I got into fights like every week because somebody was basically trying to bully me when it came to my hair. And
Crazy.
now some of these ladies actually follow me, and they hair ain't looking too good. I'm just gonna.
I hope that they watching this, or they will watch this live, okay? And know that yes, we're talking about you. But
you, okay?
But at the same time, we hope that, you know, we're changing your perceptions and thoughts and mentality, mindset around what is considered good hair. Because yeah, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. I didn't get bullied
Amber.
Period. Okay. One of our joiners identified, when you aren't a good person, your follicles will quit on you. Period. I wholeheartedly believe that. I second that. Okay.
Oh, you gotta say that disrespectfully to them.
Hashtag disrespectfully. Okay. But oh yeah, so okay, going back to the comments. So yeah, Makila was saying she permed her hair from 6 to 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
6 to 22. And then Christina said, you know, she wished her hair was as popping as Kiki's. And she would, and what else we got? Always her. Oh yeah, Amber kept my hair straight. I hated my natural hair because my mom gave me my first perm at 5 years old.
Yep.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why we gotta embrace The 5 and 6 years old, man, I could not imagine having gotten a perm. I want to say that shout out to my mom on that one. My mom did not perm my hair. I begged her for a perm. That was such a different experience. So when I hear how many moms perm their daughter's hair at 5 again. Okay. You back? We're back. Yes? Okay. So yeah, when I hear about moms that have permed their daughter's hair 5 and 6 years old, that, that's a part of that mentality you were talking about. Like, what's good hair? Hair that is straight and manageable, is what they feel like is good hair, right? And like I said, that's that mentality. So I couldn't imagine. Like, I literally had to beg my mom for a perm in middle school. 8th grade year, you remember, is when I got my first perm. My mom would not let me get a perm. She was like, nope. I want you to, keep your hair natural the entire time. And so, but my mom, was the difference was my mom didn't know how to do hair. So I wanted a perm because I wanted to be able to do my hair, my own hair. Because I didn't want to walk around with what my mama was giving me. No. I didn't want to do that. So that was my reasoning behind it. But man, yeah, I want to change that. I don't want the babies to have like perms at 5 and 6 years old. I want them to be able to make the decision. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I would relax the girl's hair, and I'm happy that I began my natural stage before. Basically, I began it like around Cambria was around like 1 or 2. So I'm happy that I was able to embrace my natural stage, so I wouldn't want to relax her hair, and I wanted them to embrace their natural stage. I'm happy that Cambria is at the age where she loves to wear her hair out. She absolutely loves when I let her wear her hair out.
yes.
She likes to wear her curls. She likes to try to put products in her own hair and try to figure out her curls herself. And then Peyton, she quickly go to a puff. She don't care. She just want to. So I'm happy that they love their natural hair, as different as it is, because they do have 2 different textures. They both love their hair, and I absolutely love that.
Yeah. Okay, the comments is sounding off about the scabs that perms left.
Oh, them scabs? That is a whole nother rant, because them scabs used to be some shit. Them scabs was not fun. Don't put that relaxer on your hair too damn long.
First off, yeah, we're going to do a separate rant about perm scabs, okay? Thank y'all. That's a good topic within itself. The consequences of perm, okay? Like scabs is number 1.
Do y'all want
but so yeah, we have, I hear y'all. I hear Makila and Amber and Christina about moms not knowing how to do your hair, and perms made your hair more manageable for them to, keep up with your hair. I totally get it. But my mom did the opposite. She didn't perm my hair, and I totally understand. But I definitely I appreciate, especially that, like I said with Makila, you didn't know how to do hair like that, but you was willing to learn for your baby, right? You was wanting for her to, like, as you learned your hair, you were learning her hair, and you are now helping her to embrace her curls and love what she has. And I think that's ultimately what, again, going back to what I said, that's ultimately my goal, my hope, is that we are teaching the generations under us that they are beautiful in whatever stage that they're in with their hair, and what grows naturally out of their hair. And just being the type of, moms, aunties, sisters, godmoms that, willing to learn, so that we can teach our babies. Yeah, because as we are learning, they're learning. So,
right.
That's just my thought.
Yeah. They're watching us, so as long as we're doing what we need to do with our natural hair, we're teaching them that they need to love their natural hair as it is. They don't need to straighten it. They don't need to. I mean, nothing wrong with straight hair. Don't get me wrong. They don't need to relax it for it to be beautiful
or consider good hair, because that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of this segment doesn't mean it's good because it's straight. And whether you straighten it with a press-it comb, a flat iron, a blowout, or a perm, doesn't mean that it's good hair straight.
Right, because you can have straight hair, but it be all types of burned and everything.
Yes. All right, patches. That's what we're gonna call you. Okay, you got some burnt out pieces. We call you patches.
Oh, Amber, no, we gonna talk about the hot comb another day because I about that. Okay.
Yes. But okay, y'all. I mean, we hit our mark. Patches. We hit our mark. We not gonna keep y'all on here forever. But thank you for joining us. Yeah, please leave your comments. Encourage other people to comment and follow. Thank you for always supporting us. We love y'all, and we hope you all have a great Sunday. Happy Sunday, Vibers.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this rant today. And I hope y'all, if y'all have any rants that y'all want to talk about, like y'all are talking about in the comments, y'all can go ahead and DM us any rant that you want us to speak about in upcoming lives.
Yes, because the hot comb, that's a good rant. The consequences of these perms, that's definitely a good rant.
We got 3-4 rants out of these comments.
We did. But yes, and we will be welcoming joiners. Like, I think IG Live allows up to three people to be on live together. So we will be welcoming joiners. So let us know if you want to be a part of our rants as well. Yeah, because we are a community. We are supporting each other. So yeah, let us know. Have a good night, Vibers.
And bye, y'all.